Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. My name is Austest and today I'm going to show you how to zip in Metal Gear Solid 3 HD, specifically the HD version for PlayStation 3, because this is a trick that we have only replicated so far on PlayStation 3, and it does not work as we know it, at least on Xbox consoles. So again, very much focused here on PlayStation 3 today. We also noted that the Japanese version, which comes in version 1.02, works much more reliably versus the international English version, which is 1.00. At least that is based on my own testing. The technique can be used in many different locations. The coolest one that we did recently was found by our pal, where we zip up the ladder, and instead of going up and listen to the song, we instead use the zip to just fly up into the air, roll out before we go too high, and then just leave the area. So let's get through the basics. I will show you how to set it up, and then I'm going to show you with the ladder zip example how to execute this zip. And more disclaimer and further information, of course, can also be found on our wiki page, linked in the video description down below, where we have more about the history of this zip glitch and, of course, more information as we find them. So check it out on the MetalGearSpeedrunners.com wiki page. Since you need an empty mag for this trick, probably the easiest position to get one naturally is in the Ocelot unit fight on very easy difficulty. Do as you would normally do. Just roll out here, turn around, shoot that guard until your mag is empty, and let Snake reload. Then continue the fight as normal. And now you have the magazine that you need for the foot zip to work. Alright, so we're in the cave right after the Ocelot fight, and we speedrunners, we don't wait for the light, we just go down here. I hope I can increase a little bit the contrast. And what's interesting is in this cave, when we go here through this little passage, there's actually a snake on our way, and I think this is a great opportunity to just grab that as a third food item. Right, so let's just crawl up here. We'll naturally get to the snake while we're already on our path. And then we can just eat that. Well, not eat that, but grab that as an item. There you go. We got the snake. That's our third food item. And then we can move on. It's barely any delay, so getting that food item, at least, is the third one that we need in order to make the zip happen. And now we move on and get on to the ladder segment. So see you guys later. Alright, so we just killed the ant, and now we can continue setting up the food zip. The food zip needs preparation in the room prior to where you want to use the food zip. I'm just going to grab the 𝐇𝐚𝐮𝑑 gun here, and I'm just going to quickly go into the menu where I would equip the box anyway. And instead of equipping the 𝐇𝐚𝐮𝑑 gun, as we usually would, we unequip everything, right? And ideally you do this menu exactly once, just when you set up everything. But just for explanation purposes, I'm going here. So before we leave the room, we need to set up the following items in the weapon menu. We need to equip the directional mic, any grenade, any pistol, and the knife. Right? These are the 4 items in that order that you need to equip them. Now we're going into the room where we want to do the food zip. And we have not found out if it's really a reset thing, or if you can do it in a single segment. But what you definitely want to do, even if you just want to practice, you want to save here in this room now that we have set up the room to do the zip. Just so every time if you accidentally crash, you can just boot up the game and you can continue from the save. So I'm using this one. There we go.
Hey, Snake.
We don't want to hear about Godzilla, we just want to go. Alright. So now, what we're gonna do is, there's different ways how we can do this, you know. The way that a pal found it is where we align ourselves here. We go into the subsistence camera, and we go up here, and if you're not perfectly centered, that's fine, just press L1, like this. And that way you always have the same camera, which brings consistency. And then in the menu, you wanna unequip the D mic, equip 3 food items, and go out. Then you want to hold a food item, start walking and press start as you are having a full step in the animation. Right, we did a step and then we press start, so the game still thinks we're running. We open the backpack again. We equip the magazine and the D-mic in that order. And when we press start to get back, we need to put the left stick forward again so we continue running. So for the game, there was never a pause in running. Once I let go of start, I want to walk running forwards, and then the food zip itself should have been executed properly. And the game crashed. Of course, in this demonstration, it crashed. But let's restart quickly and then come back. Alright, so here we are again. Because of the crash, I had to restart the console, but I'm going through the setup again. This time from a different angle, just to explain a different aspect of it. So go here, move camera up, L1. And this time you can also see my inputs. I'm going here, L1. So the way this works is basically that we have the camera fly into the sky. That's why we have to look on the ground, first and foremost, right? Now we open the menu, backpack, do the setup again. Unequip the D-mic, equip 3 food items. Equip a food item and walk forward. And once we are in the walking animation, press start. You will notice I will not walk straight forward, I will go slightly to the right. That seems to be a key factor for consistency. So just did the step forward. And now all we need to do is equip the magazine, equip the D-mic, press start, and immediately hold the left stick forward again so we continue walking. We don't need to do anything else. This is already the zip. It will work now. And there we go. You can also see that I can turn around my stick and I can go somewhere else. And then if we don't interrupt this, the game will crash. So currently it's crashed, but the zip part has been achieved. And it's very consistent in the way I set it up. Can do this 100 times now, but it will work always the same. The tricky part now is how can we get out of the zip again? And this is where a PAL setup comes in, where we're gonna execute the zip in a certain manner and try to roll out of the zip state, hopefully on a height where we don't die from fall damage. We have ideas to cancel fall damage, but none where we can do them after the roll. Rolling forward and getting basically on a plane where we can just walk out of the level is very tricky right now. Getting the right timing and everything, that's what we try to do. I'm gonna do one more zip, explain it one more time, and hopefully can show you a successful ladder skip as well. Because once again, this technique is the food zip to zip ourselves up. And skip the ladder, we need to get out of this zip state and hopefully not die. Alright, wish me luck. There you go, I'm gonna turn to the side. Once I zip, I can roll out. Problem is, if you roll out too late, the fall damage will kill you. And this is currently the state where we are in. So probably the most consistent way to make this work is as I've shown. You line up to the left of the wall, left from where you came in basically. Set it up as I was, and then when you are slowly going up, you turn around your left stick to the left side. Now we just need to find out a way either to not die from fall damage, or to just get the right timing more consistent, and we can zip the ladder very consistently. It has to be said that today, using the European International English version of PlayStation 3's MGS3 HD, I did not get the zip as consistent. Yesterday I did testing with the same PlayStation 3 MGS3 HD edition, but the Japanese version, and there I had a way easier time replicating this zip often. I zipped around a lot without crashing, so maybe that's the difference. Side note, you don't need to reset. If you manage to zip and die, you can just exit and restart the game that way, which is a soft reset. You do not need to hard reset your console, like really shut it down and turn it on again.